Hey guys, this is Rick Kelly, and we're going to go over what happened in the luxury market this past week in Manhattan. Well, the good news is it's the 7th week in which we've seen 30 or more contracts over $4 million signed. So that's a lot of money, and this means to me that the families, the big money, the big fishes are coming back to the city. New York City has been written off many times before, but of course, it's never died. We were down quite a bit last year, but obviously things are starting to perk up, and the real estate game, of course, is a game of confidence. So let's go through some of the sales from the past week, some things that I think are interesting. We'll try to do that every week with you. Sometimes just the top sales over 4 million, and other times maybe some of the things between 2 and 4 million. Let's just kind of see how it goes, all right? So let's just start with the top listing that went into contract last week, right? The number one contract was a townhouse at 19 West 12th Street. That's Greenwich Village. And it was asking $22.5 million, but it was reduced from $34 million, almost $35 million, when it was listed just about 4 years ago. But then it cycled through a few brokerage firms, and eventually it went to contract just this past week. It has 6,750 interior square feet, which is a lot for Manhattan, believe me. And the seller purchased the house in 2008 for $13.5 and then renovated. So $13.5 plus renovations. Where is the sales price? We don't know yet because it's just in contract, but my guess is he will have made some money. So bet big and win big, right? Okay, the number two contract signed last week was a townhouse at 11 East 93rd Street, and it was asking $16.5 million when the contract was signed. The seller paid $7.75 million for it in 2005, and then they gut renovated it. If you know the price of renovations in Manhattan, it's not a assured thing that with $10 million you can still eke a profit. So anyways, it went to contract at 16.5. They bought it for almost 8 and put money into it. And the next thing we have to look at is a condo sale near the High Line in West Chelsea. There's a building there developed by Zaha Hadid, a very famous architect. And this is a magnificent duplex, 5,300 square feet inside, another 3,000 outside. These are really big residences for Manhattan, but you can see just beautiful curves in the architecture and really well done. What else is interesting here? Let's just see from the past week that got signed. 13 Leroy. Leroy's in the West Village. That looks like a beautiful listing. It's a $12.5 million apartment. Actually, it's a townhouse, pardon me. And as you can see, very tastefully designed. Interior is amazing. The outside is beautiful with the glass architecture. Look at that dining room /library. Amazing. There's an apartment at Time Warner that went into contract, 72A. That's a 3-bed, 4-bath, 2,400 square foot apartment. Went to contract asking $11 million. Some sick views there. Also on Billionaires Row at 157, there was also a 34th floor, 3-bed, 3.5 bath residence condo that went to resale, that went to contract with beautiful views of Central Park. Something on the Upper East Side there, Central Park West, you'd expect that to be included. 130 William, that's a pretty big sale for the Financial District. Financial District was one of the last development areas in Manhattan to really be built on, and it was mostly conversion because you have some beautiful old limestone buildings down there. They were converted from office buildings into residential buildings, and then, I don't know, 10 years ago or so when the boom started, just about everything was converted to residential that could be, and since then it's gotten a little bit quiet as the market has downturned. But this is a big sale, 130 William Street, apartment number 52A. Look at those ceilings. That's an amazing apartment. Went to contract asking $6.975 million. And let's see what else. Central Park West. We expect those. 11 Beach Street. 11 Beach Street is a development that's been selling, or the developer's been trying to sell off and on for 5-6 years, if I'm correct. Certainly a number of years. I'm not sure if this is a sponsor unit or not, but this is a townhouse unit. Beautiful ceilings, beautiful decorations. All of these apartments, of course, show magnificently. Greenwich Village. So it looks to me like a lot of the action is downtown. That's not surprising. A lot of the energy is downtown. There's a lot of money moving down there. There's also a lot of action on the west side near Riverside, One West End, Waterline Square, a lot of stuff happening there as well. And I would not be surprised to see, as the market continues to improve, the inventory starting to tighten up and maybe even some price increases. Mostly we've seen price decreases, but let's see what happens between now and next week.